and Settlement. Mike Z Keys for Cars. GT Cars, great crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling. Supple's Flowers, the home of 1-800-800-ROSE. The Midtown Family Restaurants. Dirk Sterner, Taxidermy. Herteen and Stocker Jewelers, 101 South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City. Diamond Dream Sports Academy. Senior Benefits. Premier Automotive in North Liberty. The Oxyoke Inn and the Amanas. Streets Maintenance. Dr. Lance Forbes, Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. And Big Dog Tech Solutions. Here's Tom Suter, and from HawkFanatic.com, Pat Harty.
Yep, we are here. Get used to it. You fill in the blank.
If they're not used to it by now, it's over.
Yeah.
Adam's going to call in at 9:15, hopefully to to rescue us, for at least for today. Yeah, he said he would. He's usually pretty punctual. Sometimes he calls in early. So,
no, he's good to talk to.
Yeah, and we can talk about the last game and advance big games coming up, especially for the men. Like, again, this is a huge game on Sunday.
God, yeah, we need to win that.
Need to win it, not the
we
world.
Do.
The world won't be over if they don't. They'll be 2-3, and you can still see. Yeah, 15. Yes, I get it. They'll still be. They're 2-2 right now in conference play, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, got to think though. How quickly these games, once basketball gets going, I mean, some of these weeks they play 2 and 3 games, but then you have a week like now where you get 6 days off. It's. I wish there was in the old days. I know I'm going back. Remember Thursday, Saturday?
That's right.
And pretty much everyone did the same thing, and you just weren't those days fun.
You probably can't do it with 18 teams.
Well, you can't do it with TV either. No, you can't do it with 18 teams, but you could do something. Sort of similar to that, but there's just no. But 11 o'clock on Sunday, again, would you rather have it be 11 o'clock on Saturday than Sunday if you had to pick?
Yes.
Me too. I think most people would.
Yeah,
but still,
I would.
We're nitpicking.
But I think 11 o'clock is good, you know.
And it doesn't look like the weather on Sunday's fine, is it?
Sure.
There's no bad. I haven't heard you guys.
Sunny in low 30s.
Okay.
I mean, you can't ask for
God,
better than that.
I was getting ready to complain about the low 30s, but we're in January.
Mm-hmm.
What is today? January 9th?
Yep.
It just doesn't feel like January, does it?
No.
I'm
okay with that.
Not a cloud in the sky, which is unusual in itself.
I am okay with that.
I mean, I had trouble driving in here with the sun. I mean, it was blinding.
Well, it's blinding in here.
Like I told Tom, I turned onto Scott Boulevard from Court. I couldn't see. I was just complete with my sunglasses on. I was completely blind because it was just beating right in.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Now, who is favored this Sunday? Illinois for the men and Indiana for the women, or what?
There's no way the Indiana women are favored.
Iowa women are favored. And I haven't seen an Iowa.
I thought
Illinois.
I saw maybe someone said Illinois 5, but I could be getting it mixed up with something else. But I thought someone told me Illinois 5.5, but that seemed a little.
That seems like a lot.
Well, they're a better team than Iowa on paper. I mean, yeah, they're ranked. I mean, they've been ranked all season.
But it's going to be at home, and we're going to be loud.
Well, yeah, no, I'm giving. Yeah, I said I thought, but I think if you're not an Iowa fan, you would look at it more objectively if it is 5.5 and be able to understand it more than be surprised by it. I mean, Illinois has been considered a better team than Iowa all season. Do I think Iowa's going to? I give Iowa a good chance of winning, but I'm not sure. I thought it was 5.5, but I don't check spreads as probably as much as other people do.
And the Indiana women aren't as good as they used to be.
No, they're sure not.
No, they're not. No, they're not very good.
Because I know that's the one place where the Iowa women said that was hardest to play at.
The players matter, and it's not. No, they're not very good. No, I mean, Northwestern's not very good either.
About Northwestern.
Yeah, and Iowa played poorly and still won by what, 8? Something like that? 8 or 10?
Something like
or was it 12?
13, I think, yeah.
So,
13, yeah, 13.
So, neither team are very good.
Okie dokie, let's hope we have 2 wins.
Whereas the Illinois men are good. I don't think they're a great team. I don't think they're a great team. I mean, their roster.
And let's hope the gymnasts can beat the other 3 rivals they have to play this weekend, and that we beat Wisconsin tonight in wrestling.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with all of those.
Sweep.
Agree with all of that, Karen. So you're going to be at, where are you going to be at for the Gym Hawks tomorrow?
I'll be doing score flashing for the floor.
Okay. So we'll look for
Okay.
you. What are you going to be wearing?
Well, we have to wear white tops and black bottoms.
Okay. Well, we'll look for you.
Okie doke. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Yeah. I'm trying to find best Illinois spread 0%. So I'm not finding what I need to find there.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I can't believe we just can't. I just Googled Iowa, Illinois point spread, and
Yeah.
AI comes and tells me there is no Illinois Iowa game today. Yeah, I know, you idiot. I'm not asking about it. Oh, okay. Now I scroll down. It's scheduled for January 11th which is the current Illinois spread, favored by 7.5. It's even. Let's see.
It's even worse.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But that should be motivation for Iowa. But the perception beyond our sphere is Illinois is
They are a better team.
yeah,
Sure.
and so I don't think other people are that surprised. I think 7.5. See, I would have Illinois favored by maybe 3.5, 4. Do you get any points for hosting basketball like you get 3 for football?
I imagine. Yes, you do.
Something similar. So
Something similar. Yeah.
So yeah, I would have thought maybe. I think 7.5. I mean, that's so they're. I mean,
So they're not
they're picking Illinois to win.
easily.
When you have a 7.5 spread and you're on the road,
Easily.
that's a pretty. I don't think Ben needs to use point spreads as motivation, but we'll see what Adam says.
Well, Adam, what do you say?
Hey, good morning, guys. It's been a
Good
while.
morning.
7.5 point spread, Illinois. Is that motivation for Iowa? Or do they care?
I don't think they care.
All right.
I wouldn't look too deep into it.
All right. Well, we don't look deep into anything. So, well, okay. Adam, I'll see if you agree with me. I was telling these guys, and we're going to write something today. One of the reasons I'm really optimistic still about the men and women, not just for what they have, is for what the Big Ten doesn't have. I mean, did you see the Rutgers-Illinois game? When I turned it on, it was 43-17 Illinois.
Yeah, Rutgers isn't very good.
But they beat Oregon.
Yeah.
So, Adam, I mean, this
Yeah,
to
I
me.
think there's some parity a little more where you
Bad
have the
parity.
standouts, but there's still really good teams in there, and I think just I don't want to say I chalked up the Minnesota as a win, but I
did.
just think we came out flat. But those are games you got to pick up, and I know that one probably stung a little bit with the staff.
Yep.
I think the challenge, Adam, I think you've got both conferences are top heavy. The men, you've got Michigan, Purdue, Michigan State, and Nebraska. I keep waiting for Nebraska to hit reality, and then I think for a challenge for like Iowa is you want to be one of the best teams in that next group of like 12 that right now you can say, look, average, maybe a slightly above average or slightly below average. But to me, maybe Minnesota's better than we think. I mean, they're 3-1, and they beat Iowa and Illinois. Or Indiana, I'm sorry, Indiana.
And I watched the Indiana game. I mean, they were up.
Yeah.
Indiana ended up, it was very similar to Iowa. They made a run at the end and had a couple shots where they were trying to stretch that game out and come from behind. And, yeah, I'm with you. Again, and it's not a discredit to Minnesota, but I thought we were playing really well coming off the UCLA game. I love that environment up there. I thought we would just come out a little sharper.
I did too.
Like I said, I listened to the coach's show the other night, and I know he was disappointed. Just didn't have that just immediate jump on them. Everybody excited, playing hard. We turned the ball over. But those are games you got to win on the road. If you're going to make a run, and to your point, you want to be in that upper echelon and separate yourself from some of those other teams. You got to win those kind of games.
Because I'm not convinced Minnesota's going to be 16-4 in the Big Ten.
No.
I'll be surprised if Minnesota's much above 500 in the Big Ten. If they do, more power to them.
I would agree.
That's why I thought that was a winnable game. And Tom and I have talked about this. One thing I'm starting to notice, Adam, where they seem to struggle, they don't have a lot of front court scoring consistently. I mean, Alvaro's inconsistent. Cam is. That's my concern. Is
Davian
just
Banks is inconsistent.
Yeah, and he is too. But I kind of like him because he goes out on the perimeter more. But I'm worried that they don't have enough down post frontline scoring for the Big Ten. Do you see that, or am I jumping the gun?
No, I think a little bit. I mean, we're going to have to stretch some of those guys out. Illinois is huge.
Yes,
it's a
they
big,
are.
big team. Coach McCollum's talked about that, one of the larger, kind of bigger teams in the country. And so, Nebraska gave them fits by kind of stretching it out. They shot it well. Nebraska didn't turn the ball over a lot. And I think we're going to have to do some of that. Just we're not going to be able to bang. We don't have like a Luka Garza where we can just get buckets down low right now.
No, they don't.
So we're going to have to adapt. And I like our offense. I like the cutting style.
I do too.
The zoom action, UCLA cuts, some horn stuff. I mean, we're doing a lot of really good things, creative sets. But we get to your point. I mean, it's just we're not going to get a ton of easy buckets down low. We just don't have the big size right now, that some of these teams have.
I mean, I'm surprised that they even hung with Minnesota in that last game when you consider that Cam and Alvaro, neither one scored a point. I mean,
well, it's like, I don't know if Alvaro, like I said, and I don't know, I've heard some rumblings that maybe some of those guys haven't been feeling the best.
No, Ben even said that. He did bring that up. He said we've had some sickness going around, but then he was quick to say, but that's an excuse.
And it is.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, he knows
but
that.
Having played, I mean, it is. I've been through that. I know at Iowa State we had some bugs going around, and occasionally at Iowa, same thing.
It happens.
It is tough when you're not feeling well and you go into a tough environment and you got teams that are primed and ready to go. It is an excuse. You got to still come out and play, and it's a team effort. But again, I felt like some of those guys, like Alvaro, those are games where he starts lighting it up early. It just takes a lot of pressure off the other guards, and Bennett. And it was a game that Bennett, I'm sure he wishes he could get it back. It wasn't a great scoring game for him from 2 of 10 from 3. Didn't shoot it all that well, but I just felt like the flow of the game and some of the fouls, it just. We never really caught momentum until the end. And It's like you wanted to see that thing desperately go into overtime because I think if we get into overtime, we win that game.
I'm with you on that one.
Yep.
And maybe we're all just Hawkeye homers, but I'm
probably.
with you on that one. Minnesota was hanging on to win.
It's one of those games where, like, you make that comeback, you get over the hump, they tighten up. I just felt like we just looked a little looser towards the end.
Well, plus Bennett was playing really well then, too. Bennett played. I mean, he missed a lot of shots, but he had 21 points in the second half.
He did.
I mean, he didn't
We
score.
needed him.
Yeah, and needed them all. Yeah, it was a volume shoot. What do you have, Tom?
I just wanted to say I think this is a really critical part of our schedule coming up, especially losing a game that we had a chance to win at Minnesota. The next 3 games we probably are not going to be favored in, and are games that we could lose. And how devastating would a...
Okay, we got Illinois, then what?
We got Illinois, then at Purdue, at Indiana.
Yeah, that's...
Yep.
And those are 3 real tough
I mean,
games.
you'd like to think you could go... Of course, you want to go 3-0, but if you could go 2-1 in those 3...
Oh, my God, that'd
That'd be
huge.
great, but do you think they will?
Well, and I think these guys have the right mindset. Like, again, I was listening to the radio show, driving kids back from a basketball practice, and it was kind of funny. Like, Coach McCollum, they were talking through the next schedule after Sunday, and he was like, is it Illinois? Is it Indiana? Is it Purdue? It's kind of funny because it's that next game mentality.
Sure.
I think they're putting 100% energy, which is the case. I mean, having played, at times you're looking ahead like, all right, what do we got? How are these games lining up? What days, how much prep time do you have? But other than that, like, it is really about you are putting 100% sole focus into Illinois right now. You've got to win that game at home.
Yep.
And then you turn the page and start thinking about, all right, now what do we got to do to prep for Purdue, and what do we got to do to exploit them? So, yeah, I think this is the right attitude, and we are as fans looking ahead, and so am I. It's a critical stretch, and I think they know it, but you got to take it one game at a time, and hopefully the boys come ready to play on Sunday morning.
Obviously, Kirk says it a lot. Fran was huge on that. And I remember one time we were talking about the schedule, and somebody was asking Fran about a game that was not the next game, but 2 away, and Fran just said, guys, I don't even know what the hell we do other than the game. He goes, I rely on you idiots to tell me who we play a week from now because all that matters, right? And he was joking, but he was being serious, too. They really do. All that matters is that next game. And
that's how they have to.
That's how you
focused on that. Now you've got an assistant or two that
are
1 or 2 games out that are recruiting that, and scouting. That's different.
Yeah.
You've got one guy, but nobody in the building is talking about any of those other games, and you're not even seeing I mean, they might watch a game or two if they're sitting around at their apartment, but other than that, if you got time, you're watching game film on Illinois. You're learning exactly what they're going to kind of throw at you, trying to get down personnel. So I totally get it, but you're right. As fans, I think I'm the same way. I'm looking at that schedule all the time and seeing how we're stacking up.
Well, I do think the fans are going to have I think there's going to be a nice crowd Sunday.
I'm going to be ready.
Yeah, no, I think the 11 o'clock is going to have people fired up. The weather's not going to be a factor. Illinois is probably going to bring a few people.
I imagine.
But
oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Illinois? I've seen him play like 2 or 3 times on TV, not from start to finish in games, but I've seen a decent amount. The Stojakovic's kid he's an interesting player, man. He really Have you seen him, Adam? He's about your size.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's big. He's, 6'7"? And
I thought he was only about 6'5",
when I was
6'6".
With the Hornets, his dad played, he was one of our star players for the Hornets, and I got to know Peja pretty well that year.
Uh-huh.
And, his boy was young at that time, like really little, and it makes me feel old that you're seeing these kids playing college ball, and, I mean, he's a big-time guard.
Yeah, he is, and now he's different than his dad. His dad was mostly an outside. This kid attacks the basket. I mean, he's really good at getting to the basket.
But if you think of Peja, too, like when he played for
he was a good player.
The Kings,
yeah.
Some of these guys, they have we never really saw some of those guys develop while they were overseas, and he was electric over there. He was a shooter, but, towards the end of his career, he became, to your point, just the role he played, knockdown shooter, and I'm telling you, one of the best clutch shooters I've seen. Just even in practice games, he wanted the ball in his hands, and it didn't take much for him to get that shot off.
No, he was a good player, and wasn't he about 6'7", 6'8", or how big was he?
He's probably 6'8", 6'9". He was bigger.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
and shot and had kind of that high release.
I remember it, quick release too. Yeah,
had kind of the fadeaway game, and again, there's that pedigree, and you're seeing a lot of these NBA guys, former NBA guys, they've got kids and. They're getting, these guys love basketball. They're around it. They're at a young age. They're getting high skill development. And again, Stojakovic, big time guard. You got Wagler. You get the boys from the 7-1 and 7-2 brothers from Croatia.
And Boswell, Kylan Boswell.
And didn't that guy last year, Ivisic or something like that, just kill us?
See, I can't remember him.
Yeah, he did. No, you're right. He did. And again, that's that size. You're looking at 7'1", 7'2". Those are just positions that, we haven't seen a lot of just yet. And they're going to have to find ways to kind of stretch those guys out a little bit. And I think he will. When you said have we watched much of them, I've watched a little bit. And one of the games in particular, I know was, a number of weeks back, but that's when I think Nebraska really got on the radar. Price had a huge game, had 32 points.
Yep, I watched that
team,
parts of it.
They stretched them out. They shot it well. They didn't turn the ball over. I think that's what you got to do with a team like this. You got to hope that we come out really hot, get a lead, and then just try to carry that momentum. And the other thing, too, we got to limit turnovers, but you got to take care of the backboard. These guys rebound
they
crazy.
Do.
And that's kind of Underwood's staple. He is over the top when it comes to rebounding and winning that war and that battle. So we are really going to have a lot of focus on that.
That Keaton Wagler I've seen him enough.
Good.
He is really good.
Yes,
I mean, my guess is he'll be in the NBA
they're
next.
young, too. They got a couple of freshmen in there.
Yeah.
I mean, Stojakovic, he's a junior, but you've got Wagler, freshman, one of the other big forwards, freshman that starts.
No, they got a lot of talent.
They're loaded.
Wagler was underrated coming out. I thought they were saying he was like top 134 in the country, so it's not like he was ignored, but he's really good. My guess is he'll be in the NBA next season. I mean, he's a 6'6", 6'7" shooting guard, and I've watched him make threes, and it's going to be interesting to see, Adam, how those guys react to the Iowa crowd. I really do. I know they've been in some tough environments, but I do think that place is going to be rocking on Sunday.
No, I do too. I think it was awesome to see the UCLA crowd.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be there. We had a tournament with the boys, and but I mean, I was tuning in and had a couple of buddies that were there, and they immediately at the tip were like showing one of those aerial views with the phone, and
it was impressive.
It was back. It was rocking, and we certainly are going to need that support on Sunday. And you could tell the players and the coaches, everybody, just that environment was a big help to win that UCLA game, and we're certainly going to need it for Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully the loss at Minnesota won't derail some people from. I mean,
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will. It was one game, and again, Minnesota. Maybe we got to get it out of our mind that they're a horrible team. They're not they were bad the last couple of years. This team's obviously better. I mean, they won 3 out of 4 Big Ten.
Nico's a good coach, right? I mean,
yes, he's a good coach. Yes.
Colorado State, I mean, he's a big-time coach, and he's got a really good staff, and those guys, they're going to come well-prepared and well-coached, and they did what they needed to do to take us out of our game and ultimately end up winning. But, I think the other thing, too, I still go back to the Iowa State game. Really tough environment for our guys, and I thought a lot of guys grew up that game. I mean, we were in control for a lot of that game in a tough environment.
First
and
half.
again, I still think Iowa State's probably a top 2 or 3 team. I wouldn't be surprised if they've got a shot at going to the Final Four and winning the whole thing. They're a unique team with weird matchups.
They are.
Right? You've got just Jefferson and, Momcilovic. Like, you just got weird matchups, and those guys are really, really good. And we battled and played well. Again, I think we can play with anybody. Our defense and pressure, we do some really good things. And if we can kind of get after these guys early on Sunday morning, I like that it's an 11 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Jump on them early and try to come out with a win.
Oh, and I agree with you. I think Iowa can play with anybody too, but I think Minnesota maybe can do that too, and we just weren't ready to accept that until we saw them beat. I mean, it'll be interesting. Like I said earlier, I don't think they're going to, but I also don't think Minnesota's going to go 5-15 either.
Minnesota's got some bad losses this year, but they were early on, and Illinois has lost to UConn. Nebraska.
Illinois is better than Minnesota.
They're good.
Yeah, Illinois is better than Minnesota, and I think Iowa would beat Minnesota here at
I agree.
Carver, and I'd give Iowa no chance of winning in Champaign. I just wouldn't.
Slim.
Yeah, but here I give them a chance. So, all right, Adam, so you think Illinois is going to obviously try to exploit Iowa's lack of size on the front line? Do you think that's going to present more of a challenge offensively for Iowa or defensively?
It's a good question. I mean, we just talked about how good their guard play is and offensively getting to the basket. I think one of the big things, we just got to limit offensive rebounds and try to control the boards a little bit. I'm sure depending on the pace, that's what will be interesting, I think, as a fan. Is this one of those games where we're going to have to score, right? This team can score with Illinois, so we've got to score enough to stay ahead of them. But then at what time do we slow this down? Maybe we can get a guy or two in foul trouble. Like, what do we got to do to kind of make the pace what we want it to be? And obviously in some of these games, if you can get a lead, it was awesome to see us take control and we're up 20, against UCLA. I don't think that's going to happen, but then
wouldn't that be great?
It'd be nice for us to dictate the pace and where we want to play instead of if you're having to play catch up with a team like Illinois, it's going to be tough.
So you think if it's in the 80s, Illinois wins, or if it's in the 60s, Iowa wins? You think it's one of those?
I don't know. We can score.
I mean, Iowa's shown that they can play fast.
It's high pace, and we're shooting the ball well. I don't put us behind us, but I would say probably a lower score is probably better for us to limit some of the possessions.
That's kind of what I would think too.
Like I said, I think these guys can score at a pretty good clip, and they got the size and putbacks. I just think we got to keep them off the glass and limit those turnovers
and stay out of foul trouble. Alvaro gets.
Oh boy, especially Sturts. My God, 2 games in a row.
Yeah, and I do think with him, a little bit was just sort of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I mean, somebody called in the other day. Adam, were you watching? I mean, how he got his second foul in the first half? Do you remember specifically the sequence? I don't.
Is that the one where he was in the lane, sitting down?
Yes,
and what kind of reached up?
Okay, so he literally was called for a foul while he was sitting down, right? Because he reached. Did you see that, Adam? Did you think it was a foul?
Yeah, that was a weird call, and it's one of those where I think Coach McCollum, you saw the little interaction with the referee.
Well, yeah, Minnesota shot 28 free throws. Iowa shot 13. I think that's part of his problem. He was talked about it on his radio show too.
Well, and I think it's a feel, right? Like some of the stuff when we run some of the the action at the top, there's some big bumps, right? And you're seeing Bennett they're getting physical, and then you see something go to the rim. Maybe there's you're getting hit as we're going to the lane, and then you got a touch foul on the other end on us, right? So no call.
No, you're right.
And there's a touch foul. And so I think, again, I learned a lot on that radio show just listening. He wasn't complaining as much as, you're coming from Division II to the Valley. Now you're in the Big Ten where you arguably have some of the best officiating crews in the country. what are we doing wrong? What do we got to learn? How do we have to adapt? I think he's such a student of the game. He's trying to figure out, all right, what do we have to do? There was 2 no calls there where there's pretty good contact, but then we get the short end and there's a touch foul and it goes against us. And it sounded like some of those guys are, the officials are saying, we want to see this get played through. Like, we want to see the play develop. And again, part of it's a feel thing. And that's what he kind of mentioned in the, for those that listen.
That's what I heard.
Show.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hard part, is it's not so black and white. And I remember a lot of games as a player, you got to adapt quick, right? Are they going to allow the hand checking, or are they going to call it early? And sometimes you've got a different first half than a second half.
Yeah.
And as a player and as a coach, right, you got to adapt, and you got to tell your guys, all right, can't bump, can't do this. You got to be careful on this, and you got to learn quick. Otherwise, you're going to be in foul trouble.
Well, I'm certainly no official, and I've never wanted to be, but what I don't understand is let it play through. A foul's a foul, regardless when it happens. What do they mean by that?
Well, I think sometimes it just is that a foul, or how are you going to call it? I think, again, at the Iowa State game, huge discrepancy on free throws. And, Iowa State was being the aggressor.
They were way more aggressive.
TJ mentioned, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to get physical, we're going to be aggressive, we're going to be us. And here we are, on the short end of the foul call, And so, again, I think it's just one of those. It's a learning experience for all the guys. Newer coach in the Big Ten.
Kind of feeling things out.
I'm not saying there's a pecking order, but, there's things you got to learn, and, you get to know these officials and what they're looking for. And, you got to adapt.
And I do think Iowa's lack of size and physicality on the front line might contribute some to that. Because like Alvaro, for example, how often do you see Alvaro like powering? He's always usually fading or shooting, which is fine.
He's a finesse guy.
He's a finesse guy.
Yep.
He's got great size and ability, but sometimes if he's driving down the lane or he gets bumped, like he's getting rid of it, or he's just not powering through, and that's just not who he is right now.
And we can't have him with 0 points.
Remember how many free throws Reggie Evans used to shoot?
Yes.
Reggie Evans lived. Now, granted, it's Reggie Evans, but he lived at the free throw line. But yeah, that's.
And he cleaned up everything, and you're right. I mean, he was a free throw machine.
Yeah, he was, and he was a rebounding machine. But no, I like what Ben said. Basically, he just said, hey, we're new to this. We're trying to figure this thing out, too. We're trying to figure out how we need to play, what we need to do to where maybe we can start getting some calls. I like the way that he was complaining without complaining. Wouldn't you agree? That's what he was doing.
Yeah, no, I think it's you got to ask some of those questions, because it is different.
Yes.
You come into these situations and you're like, all right, so you call something like this, but not this. What do we got to do? And I think it's just part of it's an education. Your baptism by fire. You got to learn on the fly, and I think they're just trying to figure it out. And it's not necessarily a complaint as much as this team.
Pointing
all these
out.
guys are pretty new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than Cooper, this is the first time around in this Big Ten world, and I think they're just trying to figure out what we can do, what we can't do, and institute that in practice and learn and keep getting better.
And Cooper only played in 10 games and played in no conference. So, this is a transition for all of them. So, and of course, I say this every time, but getting off to a quick start would be so nice, because then it just will energize that crowd even more. I mean, if they could just seize control of the game early, to me, that'll be huge. Now, you think it's going to happen, Tom?
Well, against UCLA, we just blew them out of the water early on.
And it was over.
And it was over.
Well, over to it. They did come back.
Pretty much over.
They came back.
It was until that. I mean, obviously they weren't going to give up or just.
No, but they dug themselves such a hole.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, they dug themselves such a hole that they
ready.
spent so much time and energy just getting back. If Iowa could do that against Illinois, of course, that's great.
That would help. Because we can't do like we did against Minnesota and where we dug our own hole. And
Well,
we had a chance to win it, but we didn't.
Now, same thing at Michigan State, but of course those are both on the road. Iowa's a different team at home, I think, fair to say right now, Adam, like most teams are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these guys seem really comfortable at home. Crowd's been good. Once you get the students back to, hopefully you get more coming in as it gets closer to school starting back up again. But, yeah, I mean, that place was loaded with a crowd that was energized from the tip. So,
and the whiteout work.
Bring them all back. And, again, I like that Sunday at 11. I think that's a great start time.
I really
remember
do.
back in the day when, my era, there was a lot of those early 11 o'clock Saturday or Sunday games. Those are those were my favorites.
And you got your whole day ahead of you after that, and especially if you can get the W.
Around. That's the one thing. Like, I think Kirk probably loves it in football too, and some of the players.
They do.
You have so much prep work and everything else. Like, I remember, those midweek games, especially on the road. When you're at home, you're going to class, you're coming in for a shoot around. Like, you've got a routine, but your day's kind of busy. Those days where you're just sitting around waiting. And thinking about it, and it just, the day's long, and by the time the game hits, like, you're ready to go. But I'd much rather get up, get something to eat, head to Carver, let's get this tip off at 11, and it should be a fun day.
Oh, I agree. No, it's going to be perfect circumstances for a good crowd, good opponent. Iowa's, yes, they lost, but they're still 12-3. They're ranked. They've been ranked for much of this. So there's a lot of stuff, positive energy going into this game, and they're going to need that crowd to get over the hump, I think, on Sunday. This is a good team they're playing, and I don't think these foreign players are going to be intimidated by the crowd.
They've got a bunch of them, too.
Oh, yeah. God, I could not imagine. You know how many times
with
I would.
All these names and everything on there, I'm looking at that roster, I'm like, this is like I'm back in Europe playing basketball.
I could not imagine covering that team and having to type in those names every day you write a story about men's. It's hard enough doing Alvaro Figueres, but a lot of Iers are easy.
I look forward.
We've got AI now, so hopefully that stuff will start kicking in where you can just,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So do you think Dolph will enjoy doing the Illinois lineup?
Yeah, God, I hadn't thought about that. No, it's going to be, like I said, this is what college basketball is all about. You got the perfect. I'm just glad the weather's going to cooperate too. That's a big factor when you're talking about January. Looking nationally, you said you think Iowa State's one of. Okay, if you're picking your top 3 or 4 teams right now, you'd have Michigan there, I assume, don't you?
Oh yeah, Michigan's in there. Certainly Iowa State's probably right behind them.
I'd agree with that.
I would too.
I'm not sold on Purdue.
I still think Houston and some of those kind of teams are.
Yeah.
I like Houston. I've watched them more than I ever thought I would. I kind of like some of their guard play and just kind of what they do.
Mm-hmm. How good do you think Nebraska is?
You know what? I was talking to my brother and my dad about this. I really liked Fred. Fred was always really, really good to me.
I've never heard anyone say a bad word about the guy. Hawkeye fans like him.
Yeah, there's a reason why they call him the mayor, right? But just his family and him. I love seeing him have some success because I think it's definitely deserved. And Nebraska stuck with him. There were some tough years.
You're right. That's a good point.
Over. You look at what he did at Iowa State, and you're thinking, man, he's going to replicate that right away. But the basketball world has changed with all the portal stuff and all this. And, I think you're seeing, he's got his own son out there playing. They've got a really good team, and I think Price was a huge pickup for them, and the style that Fred's running really kind of fits his game.
It does.
So, I'll be honest, I'm happy to see it. I don't want them to beat Iowa, but Fred's a good coach, and he's a great student of the game, and I think people are finally starting to see what he can build over there in Lincoln.
And Rick Mast is in his 7th season.
I was just going to say Mast is terrific.
He's in his 7th season. Rick, he came in with you, didn't he, Adam? Weren't you in the same recruiting class? He's in his 7th season.
It is crazy. You got grown men out here playing college ball. And like I've told people, I was so different from when I was 18 as a freshman to, luckily I did have a year to sit out, but that was a good year to kind of build on muscle and strength and then figure out, really get in tune with the offense. So that was a big year and a big help for me. But then, by the time I graduated, I just physically felt way different out there. You're just a different player.
Well, you're a man.
I can't imagine being even a year or two playing pro ball and coming back into college, and you're going against 18, 19-year-old, players. It's a weird thing going on right now. And then you got some of these guys that have gone through the draft process, been in the G League, played overseas, and then they come back.
It's ridiculous.
The NCAA, we've got to get a hold on this thing because
I agree.
It's a mess the way it's written, and nobody wants to get involved in lawsuits. And so,
well, agents are running everything, Adam. Agents and hanger-ons are running everything right now.
Yeah, and it's sad. I can't imagine the tampering that's going on mid-season. And
it's all over.
Of course it is.
You bring up Owen Freeman's not having a good experience right now over at Creighton, but I think it was kind of probably writing on the wall that he was probably leaving last year.
Oh, trust me, it was
worse.
Yes, it was
and
well aware.
You know, he had an injury, but you could tell he was probably on his way out.
Yeah.
Now you go get paid, but the grass isn't always greener. You know, it's if you start looking at those paychecks and wanting the money, I think that's hard for these guys. And you've got agents and everybody else in their ear. All the while, you're trying to concentrate on your season here and now.
And Owen Freeman is just what Iowa needs right now.
Yeah, he'd help.
A big inside presence.
He'd be a big help, but what do you tell a kid that, hey, we're going to offer you 1.5 or 2
No,
million?
for sure.
You know, I get you.
We're going to quadruple your salary right now. Like, I don't know what you tell a kid.
You can't tell them.
You know?
These kids are preparing for life. A lot of these kids, Rick Mast and Owen Freeman, neither one are probably going to play in the NBA. So they got to get their money.
Freeman has struggled this year, but look how great the transition's been for Bryce Sandfort.
Yeah,
for Price. I mean, it's been incredible.
Been a good fit. Yeah, and again, I think that system, when he probably looked at it, I think that's another thing for these guys in these portals and transfers. You got to look at what's going to be a good fit for you. You know, what style of basketball is going to fit your game. And he's been a perfect, just from the very beginning, kind of seamlessly came into that style, and he's been a big help for Nebraska.
And Brock Harding, I've seen him have some really big games for Texas Christian. So, I mean, Fran had talent here. I mean, they had but you're right about Freeman, though. I started hearing it midway through. This is because, you know, there was rumblings that it was probably going to be it for Fran, too.
The pieces did not fit last year.
No, that team was just ready to splinter, and it sort of did. So,
well, and we didn't have and truth be known, we didn't have a huge NIL budget for some of these guys.
Not at all.
When they do have a little bit of a breakout, or
I think it was like 1.5 million.
You know, people are in their ears saying, "Hey, your worth is a lot more by stepping out and going somewhere different."
Yeah, somebody told me before things that it was as low as less than $2 million at some point recently. That's incredible when you think about it.
Yeah.
But now, of course,
it's incredible when you think about one guy's getting that. You know, it's just some of these schools. That's what one guy's getting.
Well, you know, quarterbacks are getting.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to be a quarterback, a real good quarterback?
Like
right
you said,
now?
the quarterback that just went from Cincinnati to Texas Tech getting $5 million.
Jesus.
And now it looks like Damon Williams is back at Washington.
What's crazy is they're making more than the professional athletes.
Yeah, we were talking about that on
And you've got your housing's pretty much covered. You're on scholarship, foods, you know, all taken care of.
And you're getting more education. I know people will laugh.
Why would you not play in the NBA or the college? You're going to make more than overseas. And if you're on a, you know, league minimum or rookie contract or even a 2 or 3 year guy in the league, you're making more than those guys in college.
And just imagine what it would be like as a 22-year-old kid or 21 coming out of college with $10 million in the bank, you know? That's pretty good.
I think was it Bill Self or one of those guys really kind of delves into, and we've talked about it too, how are we prepping these guys for life?
Yeah.
Like,
well, if you got $10 million, as long as you don't blow it.
And all that ends, I don't think these guys understand the actual, you know, what the real world looks like and what incomes look like. And are we setting them up for failure when you give them all this money early? And guys get accustomed to a certain style of living and, you know, an income level where they can go buy whatever they want, or, you know, and then all of a sudden when that stops and you're making an average salary in a location, you know, where you're competing with other business professionals, like, what does that do?
Yeah, but wouldn't you think
a lot of these guys, I think they think they're worth more than, you know, probably than what they are.
But if you got $10 million, if you play your cards right, shouldn't that last you for your lifetime?
Should.
I mean, if you're not an idiot,
smart, they would put it away. And
most people never come close to making half of that amount of money in their life.
Well, if you have Adam as your financial advisor,
well, there you go.
You're golden.
But no, I think that's what a lot of these guys are doing, though, Adam. They're leaving college saying, "I'm set for life. Now I'm going to be productive and I'm going to do what I want to do." But you know, as long as
they're careful.
Yeah, as long as they're careful, don't overinvest. And then a lot of them, you don't know how many hanger-ons they have either. You know, a lot of these guys lose their money because they're having to pay for so many other people to like hang around with them or family obligations. You read so many cases where that happens.
Yeah, and again, I think there's a level of, you know, you buy nice things, you get a car. You know, us in the real world, you know, there's got to pay property taxes, you got to pay insurance, you got to, even if stuff's bought and paid for, there's still major expenses that come through with some of that. And I think those guys just get, when the income stream stops, you're not replacing a $2 million salary.
Oh, without question. And you're never going to make $10 million again. No, you're right. You've got to make some adjustments. But if you invest with smart guys like you, you should be able to have generational wealth. And as far as property taxes, my God. I mean, I can't believe why'd they go up so much this year?
Bring it up.
Well, it's just that between. Yeah, I mean, my property taxes went up more than my health insurance. I mean, I know they go to pay for good stuff, but aren't some people trying to get rid of property taxes? Don't some people want to abolish property taxes?
Yeah, sure.
The thing is, though, but
a lot of them.
Talking about it. Florida's talking about it, but I mean, some of those states have
tourism
economics are different than Iowa.
Yeah.
You know, so
we need property tax to pay for like paving our roads and stuff, right? Isn't that what it does?
Yeah, like
Yes.
city and police and everything
Yeah,
else.
all that
There's-
stuff. So,
Adam, let me ask you. Let me switch here. Have you been following the Emily Rodriguez deal with the women?
Yeah, a little bit.
what's there to
And it's
follow?
hard because we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and we were kind of in the dark on all right, what's going on.
Well,
Is
Jan
it
was
injury?
asked about
Is
it yesterday,
And we still kind of are in the dark.
she talked about it for 9
Yeah.
seconds and said that she's day to day. There's nothing really to report, and you could tell she didn't want to talk about
Yeah.
it. So,
So, I mean, do you think this is just one of those things? Have you found it odd at all, or is it just me being a
Yeah, a
fan
little
not
bit. I mean, if it's an
understanding?
injury, sometimes you guys know better because you're reporting on it all the time, and you're asking some of those questions, and it's, hey, it's a back, and we're day to day, or we're
Yep.
rehabbing.
that's what's been reported, not by me.
Yeah. And then you think, well, is it a team violation? Is it, are there other things going on, mental health? Like, I'm just saying in general, like it just leaves everybody in the dark and you're trying to figure out what's going on because she's a big time talent, would certainly help this team.
Yeah.
But it was right after that game where she went a little wild and,
Double
we
spin.
just haven't
That double
seen her again.
spin
And
was
it's kind of
great.
interesting that it just, I clued her in on, hey, we talked about it too. If you're going to play one-on-one and you look at our team, I'm probably picking her in a one-on-one game to get to the basket or get buckets.
Yep.
She can score.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It'll be interesting to see how it is resolved. I'm not convinced she's going to play again. this
I'm not
season.
either.
And she may have a back injury, and she may be telling Jan and them, I don't want to talk about this. And they can't. If that's the case, Adam, the
They're not
rules,
gonna.
They can't if that's the case. We don't know the specifics on this thing. But, no, I just know that I saw somebody put the question was asked, and she's just like, she's day to day. There's really nothing more we can say on that. You could tell she just did not want to talk about
Yeah,
it anymore.
and she didn't.
So, I mean, she's obviously not going to play on Sunday, but I don't think they're going to need her at Indiana.
Hope you're right.
So, anything
Well,
else?
it's kind of interesting, like, kind of talking about the women. That Northwestern game seemed very similar to kind of how the men went up to
Yep.
Minnesota.
I would give you that, but Minnesota men are better than
That's
Northwestern women.
it, and that's what happened.
Minnesota men are better for their stuff than Northwestern. women are-
Northwestern didn't have the horses to pull it
No,
off.
you take away that center and they got nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
So winning ugly, sometimes you have to do that. Hopefully, is there a way for Iowa to win ugly on Sunday? Let's wrap it up with that. Or is the only way they're going to win this game is if they just play lights out? Or
Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Men.
Do they have any margin? Do the
Yeah.
men have any margin for error going into this game on Sunday?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Okay.
again, we've seen some good competition this year, throughout the Michigan State game, but I think we've been battle tested a little bit here.
Okay.
The Iowa State game, again,
Yeah.
I revert to that. We played really well, and I don't think we played perfect at all. And if you think of, the amount of free throws and just the difference there, that ultimately ended that game. But other than that, I think we've got the players, and I love our defense. I love the pressure we can put on people.
I do too.
I kind of go back to that rebounding war. We've got to keep them off the glass. And I know that was an emphasis when we played Michigan State. We just got into foul trouble early, and I thought our physicality just kind of ended. And you're just playing from behind when you're down 17 or close to 20. It's just up there in the Breslin Center. You're not going to come back very often. So,
Okay.
I think getting off to a good start, and even if it's an ugly game, I think with our defense and pressure, optimistic. And again, we did not play great up there. I don't see this team coming out flat 2 games in a row.
Nor with Bennett either. And ugly to me is better for Iowa. If it's an ugly game, I think that means Iowa is kind of making it ugly, and that gives them a better chance. And I think Bennett will come out strong because it was interesting. Somebody said to me, he's really been struggling. I looked, he had 27 in the previous game and 22 in the game before that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think he's been struggling at all.
I don't either, at all.
I mean, what's really crazy is as good of a guard as he is, he can be so patient. There's times where, like, you can go get yours, and he's out there running the show and he's getting other guys shots and looks, and he's very unselfish. He could be scoring a lot more at times than I think than what he's showing.
Yeah, he's
But
very
some of these
poised.
step back or threes and all that. Like, I could see him if he really wanted to let him fly, he could. But when he needs to step on the gas, he does. And the UCLA game, it was kind of funny at the end when he shot that ball. No step or anything. That was a deep shot, and there was no stepping into it. He just let her fly, and
he asked Ben right on the, should I do it? And he's like, yeah, shoot it. Adam, he reminds me of Matt Gaetens personality-wise. I was thinking about that the other day. They're very similar. They speak softly, but what they say kind of speaks volumes. But they're just very similar approaches. I mean, very similar personalities on and off the court, and I mean that as a compliment. I you know what? That's a pretty good assessment. I would agree with that. Matt was always very stoic.
Keel.
Yeah, even
keel. Games when you're like, dude, you just had 30 and hit the big shot, and Matt was going to give you kind of that same
stuff. Yep.
They're very just focused and, very team-oriented. What can I do to help? And we're going to keep getting better. And, that's a really good assessment.
Okay, anything else, Tom? This was fun.
Just whenever your schedule allows, let's keep doing this because
I text him once a week.
Yep, the games are coming fast and furious, and the fortunes ebb and flow. It's Big Ten basketball season, and look forward to talking to you the next time.
And it's 40 and sunny out.
Can I give you some advice, Adam?
Adam, you got some advice coming in. It's free.
Give you some advice, Adam. Next time a disc jockey comes to you, as I did, and says, what about retirement? Don't laugh at him.
Don't laugh at all.
What are you saying?
You can't retire. You got to keep doing this for a long time.
There you go.
Exactly.
You guys got too many people in town that listen. They wouldn't like that if anybody decided to retire.
All right, Adam, I'll put you on the spot. Captain Steve or Kirk, who lasts longer in their job?
Ooh. That's a good one.
Mull that one over. You can answer it our next show.
Steve. I'm going to go with Captain Steve.
Okay, look at that.
I'm going to be 77 in a couple weeks.
Kirk's 70, and he stands up when he works. You sit down. Kirk stands up.
What the hell?
He's always standing up when he's working.
Well,
you sit down.
I'm constantly going to the bathroom.
Well,
this is taking a bad turn,
Adam. It's hard on the body. Sitting down's hard. That's work. Tell him.
Bad turn.
All right, well, he's giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, Adam, great stuff as usual. Have a good week, good weekend, and I'll be in touch next week about setting up the next one.
Sounds great, guys.
All right.
Yep,
thanks, man. Go Hawks.
We'll see ya.
He's right, though. Rebounding is going to, of course, three-point shooting and turnover, but rebounding is the one thing that you can maybe control a little bit. I mean, three-point shooting, once that ball leaves your hand, you have no control whether it's going to go in or not.
We can't have our four best players not score and a half.
Yeah,
we're not going to win these games.
Well, and you can't have them in foul trouble either. That's my big worry is foul trouble.
He has helped me a lot, Adam.
Oh, is he your financial guy? I didn't realize he was your guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am James.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's real good.
Yeah, my guy Marv. I got Marv, former Hawks.
Well, I had Daryl at first, and then he passed away, and then
we're clinging to former Hawks.
Went to Adam. Yeah,
we're clinging to former Hawks to lead us to financial comfort. Right? Is that fair to say?
That's a good way to put it. We like it.
Financial comfort. Yeah, tell me about it. Seriously.
They're doing their best. It's the rest of the world that isn't.
Well, why don't we take our break, and we'll come back and...
This break is, a lot of these people are helping me with my financial comfort.
There you go. We'll be right back.
1-800-800-ROSE. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country. 1-800-800-ROSE. It's so easy. Just remember one number. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist. 1-800-800-ROSE. Remember,
don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
For a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime, find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Harty and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site, so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Harty and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Harty and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HartyandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
When someone is kind enough to share their time with us, we better make it worth their while.
They don't want to do the, people call it the game, right?
Patrick Gades and Terry Adams of Jerry Brothers Ford talk about what Here For You means to them.
You don't have to spend a half a day in our dealership to get that good competitive price. We just want to try to deliver that to you up front.
And that makes me feel good, makes me proud.
Because that's what people want. They want a fair, honest deal.
As far as the statement Here For You, we want to not just say it, but live it.
Find out what it means to you at Deary Ford in Iowa City.
Hi, this is Tiffany at Senior Benefits. Are you confused with Medicare questions, anything having to do with Medicare? I take care of all Medicare customers, people under 65. I also do life insurance, long-term care, cancer insurance. I'm here to help you navigate any questions that you may be having or frustrations and anxiety that you may have with Medicare or insurance in general. Give me, Tiffany Rao, a call at 319-631-4795.
GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit suples.net or call them today at 319-337-2246. When you go to a family restaurant, you want 3 things. 1, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. 2, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And 3, you want to be treated like family. You get all 3 at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches. Daily specials at each location, and no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at midtownfamily.com. The family's waiting for you.
Diamond Dream Sports Academy, 20,000 square foot indoor facility, holds 8 batting cages, space for infield work, space for throwing and pitching and all your arm care needs. Offers private instruction, group lessons, camps and clinics, leagues, memberships. Rentals available at Diamond Dreams is open to the public.
Our top-level instructors include former professional, college, and Olympic athletes. Our coaches will help these athletes achieve their full athletic potential, develop a strong work ethic, and a solid base to build. The last thing you want to do is look back and wish you had worked or played harder.
Locally owned and established in 2005, Diamond Dreams is Eastern Iowa's premier training facility. Located at 2905 Stoner Court, North Liberty. Call today and reserve your time. 319-665-2173. 319-665-2173.
This is Leah Pasha, and I've been saying hit a deer, call Premier for years, and it works. Deer divots and dings do damage, but Premier Auto will do right by you. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Do yourself a favor. When your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier. The deer don't like Premier, but you will. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Hit a deer? Call Premier.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-335-2373 390-3703, or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Hawkeye fans, you love watching the black and gold. You know Hawkeye Black and Gold. As a Hawkeye fan, there are no better colors than the Hawkeye Black and Gold. Hi, I'm Steve Anderson. When you're buying, selling, or refinancing your property, consider the green and white team, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Give us a call at 351-8600. Hawkeye Title and Settlement. The team you love, the people you trust.
Hi, I'm Jim Street, owner of Streets Maintenance. As a licensed, insured, and bonded master plumber, I specialize in all plumbing repairs, including but not limited to water heater and sump pumps to toilet and faucet repairs and replacements. As an Iowa City native, I know how frustrating it can be when any part of your plumbing system breaks down. That's why I only use trusted brands and quality materials. I offer same-day, next-day service coupled with a fair price. I also offer general services to mobile homes. For more information about my business, I'm online at streetsmaintenance.com and Facebook, or give me a call at 400-4483. 400-4483.
Streets Maintenance. Honest plumbing at a fair price. So the holiday season is winding down, and you know what that means. The dreaded chore of taking down the outdoor Christmas lights. The cold, the wind, the tangled cords, the burned-out light strands. You can't wait to just shove them into a box and worry about them next year. Wouldn't you rather leave those lights up and customize them for different holidays all year long? Well, now you can with Illumalight's permanent outdoor lighting from Big Dog Tech. Illumalights provides illumination for every occasion, holiday lighting, accent lights, security, and of course lighting for all your favorite sports. The Illumalights app lets you create your own patterns with color, motion, brightness, and static control over every individual light, or use Big Dog's presets to transform your home or business. The professionally installed track system makes Illumalight's LEDs virtually disappear until you turn them on. Rated at 50,000 hours, you'll enjoy stress-free convenience for years to come. For more information about Illumalight's permanent outdoor lighting, go to BigDogTEK.net or give them a call at 319-395-0800. That's 319-395-0800.
You hungry? The Oxyokin Sunday Brunch Buffet offers so many choices of fresh entrees, homemade salads, waffles, omelets made to order, pastries, 3 tiers of desserts, and much more. Such a great value. You can always eat out, but not every place serves an experience. Serve 9 until 2. See you this Sunday. You'll always leave happy at the Oxyokin in the heart of Amana.
The Oxyokin.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Harty and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
It is a little breezy out there this morning, but that wind is going to die down here fairly quickly, and it will be partly cloudy and mild with a high right around 44 today. The wind will be northwest at 5 to 15 here by later this morning through this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy with some rain and snow after midnight into tomorrow morning. Our low tonight, 30. Tomorrow, little light snow early, then partly cloudy with a high of 35. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Current temp now 37.
KCJJ weather brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
No, the first time I went to Adam, I said, what about retirement? He said, you ain't going to retire.
Well, there you go.
What, do you see your cash flow?
Adam has spoken.
Everybody. Nobody sees me retiring.
Nobody wants you to retire except for you.
Well, shouldn't that count?
No. No. Everybody 1, Captain Steve 0.
Before him, Daryl said the same thing. Crap.
So, Pat, did you watch the... I did not. Did you watch Miami win last night?
Yeah, I started to fall asleep at the end, but it was a good game. But I watched most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a entertaining game. Miami's now 1 win from winning their 6th national title, I think they said. Mario Cristobal's done a good job.
Yes, he has.
But no, I felt bad for Ole Miss. What a story.
Mm-hmm.
That quarterback transferring from Ferris State and doing that, and his mom having never missed a high school or college, any sporting event he ever attended. She's gone to every one of them. So I don't know what she does for a living, but I would love to have that job. And, I mean, to be that available and that committed, it's a really neat story.
And they have that cash flow.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I mean, to have that, that's a lot of cash flow. He's good, though, and what a great name, Trinidad Chambliss. You like that name, Captain?
It is a great name.
First name is Trinidad.
I am going to excuse myself for 5 minutes, and you guys carry on.
You do just that.
You heading down that hallway?
No.
The warden led the prisoner. No, I think he might be, Pat. He might be. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow to see the Gym Hawks. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that there is a good crowd at Carver Hawkeye for the Iowa gymnastics team.
And when you say a good crowd, what does that mean?
Well, with a 4-team thing, I would think maybe 3,000 or 4,000.
Okay. Which we would have. Extreme would be rocking with that amount.
Yes.
Of people. Carver, do they put drapes up and stuff? Okay. If you can get them all down there, it can still have a pretty good effect. So, and again, the weather won't be a factor. And whenever you got Iowa and Iowa State competing against each other, that's always a good draw for people. So
I don't know anything about Illinois State or Illinois.
I don't know anything about Iowa State. I mean, are they good in gymnastics?
I think they're okay. I don't think they're special.
Fair to say it'd be nice to beat them in something this year?
It sure would. Boy, it's been a problem, hasn't it?
Well, I can't remember who won soccer. Did Iowa win soccer? I can't remember.
I think so.
I don't
we
remember.
Lost men's and women's basketball, lost football, wrestling.
I don't know about
softball. We won last year for sure.
Okay, I don't even remember that
because I was there. That's the only reason I know.
And swimming,
not sure.
I'm not sure about that. So, but yeah, the Big Four, Iowa lost. I guess didn't we find out for the first time ever?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens. I don't think it'll be interesting to see where Iowa State is in football by August 1st. Because, man, their roster, right? I saw one graphic. They've got the most players in the portal, and a lot of, the star players, they're all gone.
Yeah.
None of them are coming. I saw did Abu Sama commit to Wisconsin?
Oh, I didn't see that.
I thought he did. I thought I saw that he committed to Wisconsin.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello. I think the only thing Iowa has won against Iowa State is soccer.
Is soccer? Okay.
Well, we did win softball, but did that count last year?
That would have been last year.
That's last year.
That would have been last year.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Carn.
Goodbye.
That's bleak.
Yeah. Does that make you upset as a Hawkeye? Are you demanding more from your troops?
I don't like it, but
sometimes. And in fairness, all those Iowa State teams that won, they're all good teams.
Yeah.
Iowa State wrestling has gotten better. And, of course, Iowa State men's basketball, they're, like Adam said, I agree. I do think they're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country. And that combination of the guy from Milwaukee whose name I can't say, along with Jefferson, that's a real – man, Jefferson would look really good with the Hawkeyes. A player like that, 6'10", who could score from wherever.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi, I had a quick question about how scholarships work in college athletics. I know earlier in the conversation you guys mentioned athletes are, the room and board is paid, and now NIL. What happens when an athlete is good enough where they leave to go pro early, and maybe they have not earned their degree yet, and then later we see them come back and get their degree? Is that on their dime, or does the university still
That's
pay
a good
for that?
question.
I believe it's on their dime.
I believe it's on their dime.
Yeah.
I wouldn't quote me on that. I'd have to double check it. But, yeah, I think once you use your eligibility up and your 5-year window of participation, I think you lose all of that stuff.
Well, and if you're not a student athlete,
yeah.
I mean, why?
So, yeah, but that's a fair question, though. That's interesting. I'll double check to know it exactly. But because, there are some stories. I mean, I've read where prominent somebody I read, he was like in his 50s, came back and got his degree just because he promised his mother that.
Well, a lot of people do. I mean, But no, I don't think so. If they're not a student athlete, there's no reason why a school should have to pay for them.
No, I'm with you, and I'm pretty sure that's right. But again, I wouldn't quote me on it. But that's an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that. God, they're making us think, Captain. Stop answering the phone.
Oh, I can do that.
I'm kidding.
Just shut her down.
You've got that power.
Yeah. Just shut her down.
Here we go.
Should I let it ring?
No.
Okay.
We're nowhere without our people, right?
Sure. Hello.
I got a question for you. Did Peter Jock leave early?
I don't believe so. I don't.
Thinking.
What about Marble?
Did Devin Marble?
Devin?
I don't believe.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, if I remember correctly.
I don't think either of them did.
I don't know, and if they wouldn't have had any reason to, because neither one of them really came. Well, they came close, I guess, but no, I don't believe they did. This is another one. Don't quote me, but I don't think they did.
Here's my question. Let's say they did leave early for the NBA. Could they still come back and play 1 year if they wanted to?
Well, with the way in this day and age, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that I wouldn't rule out, because that's what's happening in some cases. Because I don't think Devin did. Neither one of them ever played on an NBA roster.
I don't believe so.
No, I mean,
So this is really far-fetched, but I just want to ask you anyway. So could LeBron come back and play for Ohio State?
I've been seeing that discussion.
Who knows?
Somebody said technically yes. They said he probably could, based on what's going on. But I mean, could you imagine that? And plus, he's 41. He's playing.
That would be something to see.
Yeah, because LeBron's still pretty good. Didn't he have like over 30 the other night? So
He's
yeah,
still pretty good.
I'm not sure the answer. I don't think anyone knows the answer to everything is so just up in the air now. It's like people are just trying anything right now to see if it'll be accepted.
Well, keep in mind, Caitlin's got another year.
Well,
Really?
Oh, because of her COVID year. Well, she played 4 years.
Thanks.
Yeah, but I think she could come back. Yeah.
That I'm not sure. Why? Because of her COVID year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought those expired though. Once
maybe
you're done. I don't know. This is kind of a silly conversation, but I know she did play 4 years at Iowa.
Well, yeah, she did.
And I know she could have done the COVID year because she came in the last class. She came in 2021. That's when
she took a big risk leaving college. I mean, with leaving all that money.
I remember that argument.
Yeah.
How's she gonna survive without Iowa's NIL?
Yeah, which she wasn't on.
She wasn't using any of it.
So if Rink Mast can play 7 years, why couldn't Caitlin play 5? Just because there's no medical.
Well, Rink Mast hasn't left college. He's been playing 7 years consecutively.
Well, that's yes, okay.
That's a big difference.
Well, but you shouldn't get 7 years.
But I guess he's had injuries and there's a bunch of other stuff. Jess Settle's got 7 years, 6.5. Did you complain back then when Jess was getting all those?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah. See, I mean, there's reasons. I mean.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic to have Jess.
Yeah, so Rink Mast is getting his Jess Settles treatment too, which is Nebraska fans, I'm sure, are very happy about because, he's a 25-year-old man playing against 18 and 19-year-olds. That's, like Adam said, that is a big difference. I mean, Michael Jordan at 25 was the greatest player on the planet. You imagine him going back to North Carolina at 25 and playing? That would have been nuts because that's when he was averaging 38 and 39 in the NBA. So, no, it's a mess right now. Both sports are a mess. Agents are running everything. And I have done a little, the Intringer, I've been told that people that would maybe know said they have not been told that it's just a money grab. Mm-hmm. And
maybe you wanted to change the scene, No,
and I get you. And I could understand Texas Tech. Now, West Virginia and Louisville, for me, are hard to understand. And I know I'm looking through the eyes of a Hawkeye media guy. But to me, if you're a D-back at a place that loves you, at a place where you know you're going to be the starting strong safety again, and you've got Phil Parker and just the Iowa reputation. To me, West Virginia, what could it be other than money?
It wouldn't feed the Bulldog. West Virginia would not feed the Bulldog.
And to me, Louisville's the same way. I mean, Texas Tech, I get it. They're in the playoff. They are a hot, rising national power right now. They've got the NIL machine flowing. That one I get. And the other two. But again, I would also never criticize a kid for leaving for the portal because I don't know the specifics of each circumstance. And he's leaving because he feels if he leaves, it's going to better his situation, or he wouldn't be leaving.
Or he wouldn't do it.
And it's, who am I to judge that? But you can still question it and think it looks strange. I just think Intringer's thing, Brian Allen's thing, is a little strange too. Now I haven't seen anything about where he may end up, but he was going to probably start at defensive end this year.
Yeah.
This coming year, and he was a journalism major. He loved it here. I've talked to him about it, and so you just never say never, and you never assume anything when it comes to the portal.
It's a whole new world as far as college athletics.
Intringer and Brian Allen would have been two of the last players. If somebody would have said, right after the bowl game, hey, who are two players that you just say no way they'll leave? And part of the reason I would have said that about Intringer is he had just told the media that he's coming back. But in fairness, maybe something happened. Maybe he was offered some money that he hadn't been offered then. I don't know. A lot of stuff can happen. It's very fluid. But you have to admit, they're both still peculiar.
I think so.
Peculiar entries into the portal. That's all I'm saying.
I think very peculiar. But
now, Jazz Patterson, he's at Michigan. No
surprise.
No surprise at all. And, of course, Reese Dakin going to Michigan State was I expected that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure Jazz, my guess is LeVar Woods probably gave him a great scouting report to Pat Fitzgerald. And Jazz, when he can stay healthy, is pretty good, but he just can't stay healthy. He's
going to have every bit as much competition there as he did here.
Yeah, he's one of three. They've already brought three running backs in. But my guess is he'll be part of a committee, and he'll play. And I like Jazz, and he's going to that he'll get another year of education at a Big Ten school, either get his degree or advance on other degrees and what have you. So no, I don't hold anything against these guys. But some are strange. Intringer is strange. Jazz's is not strange.
No,
that's all I'm saying. And that doesn't mean I'm criticizing Intringer, but I would love to just be able to just ask him. So what is it at Iowa right now that you're not getting that makes you feel compelled to want to leave? I would love to ask him that. My guess is he probably doesn't want to say that publicly right now. And now, had his three schools been Texas Tech, Michigan, and Oregon, it would have made more sense to me. But when I saw the West Virginia, and I'm not knocking West Virginia and Louisville. To me, though, they just don't move the needle in his case, unless maybe it is just NIL money. And if it is,
then there's nothing wrong with that.
Got to get
either.
it while you can.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I think
either.
Intringer's got a chance to play in the NFL, but I don't think he's necessarily like a lock. I think he still has to develop. So if he needs to get as much money as he can. But it's just never ending, man. This stuff is just nonstop. I'll refresh my phone. I'm gonna refresh my phone. It's either going to be something political, left attacking the right, or right attacking the left, or something in the portal.
Well, there's plenty of stuff in the portal. Although with Iowa, we did get one more recruit coming to Iowa yesterday. And
Lance Ingold, defensive end, edge rusher from Northern Illinois. Didn't play a ton, but he's got 3 years of eligibility, and it's like somebody said, at least it's not FCS. That's what somebody said. That's what some smartass said. Yeah. He was sort of joking, and but I mean,
hey,
it is what it is. They've got 5 now. They've got Bryce Stevenson
that's
6. Bryce Stevenson, Lance Ingold, and Kamari Brown to help their defensive line. They obviously I don't think they felt they had enough of just developmental guys already on the team to help recover from losing 5 of your top defensive linemen. They needed help from the outside. And they got it coming in. No, they're not from schools like Florida and USC and Alabama, but I didn't expect that to be the case.
No. And got our kicker, Eli Elzik.
And like I said, the field goals are just as wide up there as they are here. So to me, I'm probably most confident that the kicker will succeed just because his routine doesn't really change other than more fans and get it. Whereas Kamari Brown's going to be playing against much bigger tight ends, much bigger tackle. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Better players. So what have you. But no, I mean,
exactly.
It's hard to judge and Anthony Hawkins, he's 6'3", 195, very good at the FCS level. It seems like he's clearly ready for a bigger challenge. And they need him now. Now we know why he was one of the first guys they went after, because they had to have a pretty good idea that Intringer was looking around.
And they've got all the people they've got more than 1 year, with the exception of Bryce Stevenson, and he could take a redshirt year and then play his last year if he wasn't quite ready to play.
Yeah, and I would like to think you're bringing a 3-year starter in from somewhere else. You're not bringing him in to sit a year. You're bringing him. They feel he's ready to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Bryce Stevenson, and then remember they got Bryce Hawthorne too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played a little bit, so they're going to have. Of course, they'll have bodies. They always have bodies, but I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt on these guys. I mean, if they can all come in and be solid, I think they're all going to come in and be all Big Ten? No, but they don't need that. They don't need that, and
it'd be very unlikely.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on at linebacker too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, you've got Jaden Montgomery coming back, and he was solid. But then, if Carson Sharp, that's a big hole to fill. He turned out to be pretty good.
The Buffington
and Weiskopf and
Reese
Kid. I mean, I know there's been a lot written on all the young up-and-coming stars, and I hope it does work out for all of them. But I'm one of those. I got to see it first. I mean,
fair enough.
We go through this stuff all the time. I mean, because there's a lot.
Fair enough.
There's certain people in the media that kind of love to hype the next possible stars, and if it happens, great. I know those guys are all good athletes, and there's been a lot written. Like, I know that it was funny because Phil, whenever he'd meet with us, he'd always be asked, "So we're going to see more of Weiskopf?" And his answer would be like, "Well, with time, but they're coming along." But you could tell though the media wants more of those guys now. But Carson Sharp didn't deserve to sit on the bench.
I thought Sharp had a great year.
I thought he was one of their best players.
Yep.
And I thought Harrell and Montgomery were okay.
Yeah.
But no, Carson Sharp was really good.
He was. I enjoyed watching him play and watching him get his chance and make the best of it.
No, me too. That was a cool story. Waited his time, made his first mark on special teams. He was your vintage Kirk Ferentz type Iowa football player. Yeah. Hey, Captain, what about that? I texted him yesterday. I was at Hy-Vee. They were playing the Kinks' 8-man over the loudspeaker. What do you think of that?
I think
not my favorite.
I'll go to Fairway.
I said something to one of the employees.
I
said something to one of the employees, and he's like, "This song sucks."
Yeah,
he's right.
Yeah, it sucks.
And I'm like, "It's a great song. It's by the Kinks." And he's
sucks.
Like, you know what he said? He goes, "The Kinks suck." He said,
well, he's wrong about that.
And I said, "You know what I said?" I go, "Your beef prices suck." And he's like, "You're right." Because there was a. Biggest one I've seen.
Help that.
Biggest one I've seen. I believe it was $34.70 a ribeye. Yeah. $34.70. That's almost. We're getting into steakhouse prices right there. It looked good though, but I couldn't get it. I could not.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for a prepackaged steak. Yeah. That $34.70.
Was it like over a pound?
It was extra. No, it was a good one. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was. I did get a steak there. They had the 8-ounce sirloins on sale for $6.99. I cooked it.
And those are good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have had a little bit more, but no, it was the first steak.
How old was the guy that said the King's?
Probably in his 30s, 40s. He was kidding with me. I talked to him a lot.
Oh, he was right.
But 8-man was blaring. I was singing. I was singing it too as I was going up and down the aisles because I was happy.
God.
I was shopping with 8-man in the background. They played there's been times where they played the end up there. I'm sitting there looking at Beans, listening to Jim Morrison talk about killing his parents. They have weird song selections with Hy-Vee.
I don't know.
I've heard Hendrix, Janis Joplin.
I don't know what they're pumping in something. I don't know.
I've heard like Dazed and Confused by Zeppelin. That's another weird one you don't expect to hear at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee expect to hear this nonsense. The girl with 3 names and
they play it at Waterfront.
I've heard Carly Rae Jepsen at Hy-Vee.
And I probably have too, but have you heard some of the psychedelic rock they play?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of that lately. Maybe they do it since I go there so often. It's their way of saying thanks.
Yeah.
As I get ready to spend another $38 on just nothing.
I got birds.
It's expensive.
I got cat food, bird seed, and peanuts. A bag of peanuts for the squirrels.
$50.
48.
Yeah.
$48.
I got 10
and
chicken
nothing for me.
I got 10 chicken wings, a 12-pack of beer, a thing of toothpaste, and it was it was like $38.
Yeah.
Well, I hit pay dirt this time because the refrigerator was empty, and my sister-in-law came in with boxes of groceries.
See, that would be great.
So I want you to stick to your guns. Get her a tenderloin. See what she thinks.
I'll get her a tenderloin.
Because she's never had one?
Ooh,
Janice?
from Iowa. I'm sure she's had one.
Maybe she needs to be introduced to a Midtown tenderloin or a Kraken's.
Well,
I thought you were going to say or crack.
I'll ask her. She's going to be here till the 20th.
Oh, she?
So,
Good.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I didn't have any breakfast today. So.
I rarely have anything to eat before I come in here. I'm
I
so
had
focused on the show.
Well, I bet you are hungry
So
then.
focused on just delivering for this show.
This week has been just a cluster for the show. We've had guests that haven't showed up, even the networks.
Adam came through.
Adam, how about me?
Huh?
Just taken for granted.
And we had our
Adam calls in right when he says, start looking at the glass half full instead of being half
We had our
empty.
gymnast gal.
Gymnast
Sydney.
girl called right in, what she said she was going to do.
The woman on CBS hit the wrong spots. The wrong.
They've been having a lot of that lately.
Yeah, the CNN. They were supposed to have this big interview that I got noticed. They had technical difficulties. Said we'll be right back. I played the break. Went right back. They still had technical difficulties.
We had Karen not once but twice today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lot to look forward to, Captain. See, it's the local support that's helping you. The national stuff. you
Hey,
can't
the
rely on
local
them.
guys didn't show up this
Who
week
didn't show
to
up?
be
Who are the
interviewed.
local ones that didn't show up?
I don't know. I had 2 interviews that didn't show up. Mike O'Mara bunch.
Was it Suckermill?
Couldn't show up.
Was it Suckermill?
Yes, yes. He's still not showing up.
Did you laugh when these people didn't show up?
No.
Why did you laugh when Suckermill didn't show up?
Because it was so ridiculous.
Well,
I
plus
mean-
it made me come in more too, and you enjoyed that too.
Well, you were the only one that
Show
really
up.
Yeah, and I mean, in all fairness, I mean, you do have a knack for being on the radio, and they really didn't.
I
No
did think it was
offense to
funny
them.
though when Suckermill just you said, "Hey, that's our guest. That was our
The
guest."
worst one, and God bless him, he's a great reporter, but he's only interested in wrestling.
Oh, Andy.
Andy.
And you
yeah,
guys had no
Andy,
interest in
yeah.
wrestling.
Well, we had an interest, but I mean, they weren't wrestling at the time, and he didn't want to talk.
Suckermill did
He
just
showed up, but he didn't
Suckermill
want
did
to
just
talk.
stop showing up, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
You remember that, Tom?
Yes, I do. That was that long trip from Solon.
Well, he had to go to the Press Citizen anyway. It's not like he didn't have to travel in.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Ryan, hope you're doing well. Haven't talked to
Yeah.
you for
I
liked
liked
Ryan.
I like Ryan. I just, he didn't want to do it. He was being forced to do it. As I am by financial concerns.
Yeah, I can't remember who struck that deal between you guys and the Press Citizen. Who reached out to who first?
I think it was me and Dan Brown.
Because I couldn't believe it. Because for a while didn't
Yeah,
they hate you guys?
Yeah, but we stayed with it, and I think that DB and I worked.
I think it ultimately turned out to be, well, for the Press Citizen, it was gloom and doom anyway. There was nothing that was going to help them once it became so far into the internet stage. But yeah, that's right. I forgot that I actually started with you guys through the Press Citizen, and then of course Feeney helped.
The only problem we had with them was the old ownership.
Yeah, there was a conflict. There was
Yeah,
conflict
they
of
were
interest
friends with the old
I get
ownership,
it.
and they didn't understand me at the time. Is what I would like to.
Well,
Fair
there you
enough.
go.
At the time.
Yeah,
What do you mean at the time? I think those sane people still don't understand it.
Maybe.
But hey, that's in the past. We're all about the future and the present, right?
Sure we are.
Trying to think. It's already 10:30.
Yeah, we
made
got
it.
some cops coming up.
Yeah, we made it.
Oh, you got police reports?
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah.
I thought this was a pretty hard-hitting
It
show
was a good-
with a very, very limited amount of
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
Good interview with Adam as usual. Good insight from Adam. Some solid calls, and yeah, not much drifting. Trying to think if we mentioned all the stuff: gymnastics, wrestling, men and the men and women both.
Track.
It's interesting that neither one of the men and women play on Saturday.
I know. It's weird.
I'd rather have like the women play on Saturday. And now they are. It's one's at 11 on Sunday. What time are the women? Is it 4?
Uh-huh.
So I'll be able to have the men covered and get home to watch the women.
Well, Iowa, Indiana women's basketball is a good rivalry. So I know they're 0-5.
And I've
in
watched,
the Big Ten.
and
but
I watched
they're-
them, Tom, and they're terrible.
They're not very good, but Northwestern's not very good either.
No, you're
That was
right.
a dogfight.
You're right, and they'll have some fans there. It'll be interesting to see if Caitlin's. I think Caitlin will be there.
Oh, I hope so.
The NCAA lets her play in the game just because there's no rules. She drops like 60 on him, gets a technical. Wouldn't that be great? She's eligible.
Starts yelling
at the officials right away and the fans.
Crap. Okay.
We're hanging up our cleats?
That's it.
You think this was good enough?
Yeah.
So we're back at it tomorrow. Now, we have bad weather tomorrow morning, or is it?
Yeah, it's going to be really terrible.
Well, if it's terrible
There's
enough.
a slight chance of snow, a trace of
Yeah,
snow.
it'll be fine. Okay. I thought I heard you guys say that there was.
That's a chance of snow.
But it's not going to be
No.
cold enough to where the roads are. They're just going to be wet.
No, it's going to get up to 35.
There's not one bit of snow left in my neighborhood. The last bit on my neighbor's front little part by their curb went away yesterday. It's all gone.
If you go down Sand Road, there's still deep in the ditch. There's still a strip
Stuff
of
covered
ice.
by shade. Yeah, not exposed to the sun. But yeah, it's.
And the Hy-Vee drug near our house still has a
And I'm sure
pretty
the
huge
Procter and Gamble parking lot there off of Mall Road,
Uh-huh.
it's got a ton too still.
Yeah, there's still
Yeah.
some out there. All right, many thanks to Adam Haluska for joining us this morning, as always. And Captain Steve and Tommy Lang have the police reports coming up as we speak. HawkFanatic.com, check it out, it's free.
KCJJ